Welcome to the Victory Formation Lounge podcast, a pro football concentrated podcast that discusses NFL games week to week.
Yo. Welcome back.
Yeah.
Week three just got wrapped up in the books. And before we get started, as always, the introduction, as we always do. Tony, Indianapolis Colts.
Minos and the Crying Niners.
Rexy from Baltimore, baby. Ravens all day.
Emo, we them boys.
Cy, Patriots playing with sprained ankles.
We're missing one member. He might join later. He's caught up with some, responsibilities like work. Kweku for the Philadelphia Eagles. But we'll see if he comes on. If not, we'll cover his space. But yeah, man, week 3, another interesting week. Couple of close games. Not too many blowouts, if I remember quite well. But it's we're moving, man. We're moving along. We're going to jump right into it, to the winner's circle.
Can we start with the losers this week, if you don't mind? I want to hear the losers cry a little bit so I can bathe in their tears.
You want to do the losers then?
Yeah,
let's do
All right. Losers then. We'll start with the Niners then. We'll go down up. We'll start with the Niners and Denver 10-11. First of all, that was the worst game of the weekend. I'm going to say it straight up. But Minos, go ahead. Take the wheel.
I just want to let everybody know that if you watch the Sunday night football game between the Denver Broncos and the San Francisco 49ers, you might be entitled to some compensation. Give me a call at my office, 215-545-8500. We might be able to get you some compensation. That being said,
I'm calling, dog.
That being said, hopefully everybody now sees why we were so ready to move on from Jimmy. I mean, he might have had the first 8-point play ever in the history of the NFL. Only Dan Orlovsky running out the end zone, and then he throws a pick six on top.
He threw a pick six.
Happy for the safety.
He's rusty. Come on, he didn't do no training camp. Come on, dog.
You don't need training camp to throw a 30-yard ball to Debo. Debo had beat the coverage on 2 plays in the first half. That he
30 yards. It's beyond Jimmy's range.
The ball you are seeking is out of coverage area. Please try again later.
Hey, he
25 and lower, damn it.
He threw one to Ayuk 40 yards last week. That
it was a fluke.
That's why he's only got one in him this season. That's it.
Nah, keep going, Beatles. Keep going.
No, but
himself.
Jimmy was Jimmy. I mean, I saw a stat earlier today that in the last 22 games with Jimmy, we're 12-10. Think about that. Everybody talks about all Jimmy does is win it. Yeah, but he still loses too. He still can stink up the joint. I mean, look at his interceptions, his stupid decision making, a fumbled snap. He throws into triple coverage to end the game. I mean,
again, I hear you, but I cut him some slack because he did not partake in any training camp whatsoever.
True.
That takes a toll. Those reps are huge, man. Especially with your confidence and stuff like that. So
hey,
I'm gonna cut him some slack.
Not only that, like you guys have one of the more complicated offensive playbooks in the NFL, and he didn't have a playbook because he wasn't on the team during preseason. He didn't have any snaps. He had surgery. So, like, we're not even sure if he's fully there physically, but he made a lot of mental errors, and that has nothing to do with any of the stuff we just mentioned above. So I'll give you that. But it's Jimmy. He's going to smile and wave.
Been there since 2017. The verbiage is the same. The playbook is primarily the same. The difference is he's still making bonehead plays, but we don't have running backs. Then Trent Williams gets hurt.
Yeah.
And nobody can fill in for him. I'm trying to figure out why we aren't trying to target George Kittle at all. Our best catch of the day was our fullback with tiptoes on the sideline. And that was pretty much it.
Juice.
Other than that, unless they fix the offense, it's going to be a long season, and I'll be looking forward to that first-round pick that we gave to Miami that we can't use. But going back, our defense is just ridiculous. One of the plays of the game that really I didn't like was when the Broncos were in field goal range and they had a holding call. Instead of pushing them 10 yards back, we just declined the penalty so they can kick the field goal. You push them 10 yards back, our defense had been stuffing them all freaking game, and that could have preserved the shutout, and that would have made them punt like they did earlier in the half when we pushed them out of field goal range. I think that was something that kind of pissed off the defense that, Kyle decided to let them get a shot at blowing their shutout. But our DBs are just stupid. Our defensive line is just stupid. It sucks that Alshire got hurt and he's going to be out for a while.
6 weeks, something like that.
Yep,
Yeah.
6 to 8 weeks sprained MCL, just like Elijah Moore.
Yeah.
Jeez.
We got Jason Verrett and Jimmy Ward coming back, so I'm interested to see what we're going to do with the defense if we play 3 safeties a lot more like we did at some points last year and have Hufanga flying all over the field.
My man.
And Jimmy Ward and Gibson manning, more of the coverage stuff. So we'll see. I mean, I have full faith and trust in D'Amico Ryans, the man. I hope to God somebody doesn't hire him next year, mainly the Raiders, who are probably going to fire their coach. But that being said, 11-10 was an ugly game. We held their defense to less points than what our offense scored, but Jimmy decided to Orlovsky them 2 more. And we lost.
That was a rough watch. Rexy actually pulled up to my crib, and I literally was developing a headache over how sloppy and boring that game was.
Very
Rexy
terrible.
was falling
Sing to
asleep.
yourself.
Rexy was falling asleep.
It was a real. It was just ugly. I mean,
It was bad.
Rough game, man.
There was only one good drive in the whole freaking game. 2. I'm sorry. Our 1 touchdown drive and their 1 touchdown drive, and the rest was
Pretty
just
much, yeah.
us being stupid, and then my defense making Russ look like he's never been to culinary school.
Right.
It was not cooking. You're right.
Right.
No,
Right.
They didn't ride for shit. They limped.
Yeah, it was a sloppy game.
Both those teams are like a C at best.
Yeah, it was rough, man. But I'm concerned with your injuries, especially with the left tackle, especially the fact that Jimmy's struggling when the tackle was there. Now that he's not, and you don't have any running backs to mask it, like real running backs to mask it. Even though Wilson Jr. did play well, I saw he was running hard, running well, was gaining some yards
Until his fumble.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough to see.
So here's one thing that I noticed. We didn't call one screen to a running back.
Wow.
Oh yeah, which is unusual. You're like the screen king like after Minnesota, I think, if not the first. But yeah, I'm concerned because you already had issues with the right tackle, if I'm correct, and now that
that's shoring. Knock on wood, that is shoring up. But the left now is going to be it's going to hurt. And the thing is, no one's surprised when they see Debo in the backfield. I mean, everybody's ready for it.
Right. This is no longer a shock. So you're going to have to rely on your defense to keep you in the games and then play like the Baltimore Ravens of 2000. Just like limit as many.
He doesn't throw up.
Limit as many, scoring drives of the opponent, force some turnovers and score through that, and have a really good kicker make his kicks. And that's how Baltimore thrived that season. So if you can do that, then till at least the injured folk come back, you should be okay. If not, it's peak.
How long is Trent out for?
They're saying
4 weeks, right?
I think it was week to week.
About
Week to
6 weeks.
Is he on IR?
He's got a high ankle sprain.
Yeah, so that's at least 6 weeks, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And we got a bye thrown in there weeks at that 6th week, so they might just let him go through it.
Okay.
I mean,
speedy recovery to him. But
we do still have the Panthers and the Falcons in 2 out of the next 3 weeks. So there's a little hope.
Don't sleep on the Falcons.
that's what I'm saying. They have a high flying offense, so we'll see.
Mooney Ford and Emmanuel Mosley are going to shut them down.
Okay, it's possible. We'll see.
Great.
What, you guys have any takes on this one?
Yeah, why couldn't they play like this in our playoff game last year?
Oh shit!
We did in the second half. Don't you remember that pick 6 Jimmy threw?
Oh man.
Oh man. Rex, you have anything?
Not for that game. It was just like you said, I slept through it.
You were asleep.
There was nothing to see.
Sai, you got anything? Not really.
Not really. It's just that when the Broncos, when they force those 3 turnovers,
Yeah.
and it's like, okay, I turned it off like third quarter. I don't need to see no more.
You were bored out of your ass too, huh?
Yeah, we had a dropped interception. We forced 2 fumbles and we recovered neither one.
Yeah, it was rough. It was a rough watch. I'm not gonna lie.
What's up with the Broncos though? Like Russ.
Their coach.
They need to let Russ.
He's a pee-wee coach.
I believe this. I was telling Rex when we were watching the game. I believe the Seahawks have kind of messed with Russ's rhythm because the last 4 or 5 years he hasn't had a good offensive line.
Yeah.
And a lot of his plays have been done unscripted, like a lot of run and then pass, just like he's not been executing in the pocket like a clean pocket. So now that he has a clean pocket, it's unusual for him. And near the end of the game when he started to escape the pocket and throw, that's when he started having some success. So I think it's affected his game. And if I were them, I'd probably script a lot of bootlegs or things of that nature where he's running and looking for the open guy with the option to run, and maybe some success will happen. Other than that, it just looks like a very, very stagnant offense. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, I think they're not allowing him to run, or they've cautioned him not to run.
That's what it seemed like too, because there were times when he had maybe 10 yards
lanes,
and he would just kind of dink it to a running back that was just kind of right over to the side and got immediately tackled by a linebacker. On that touchdown drive, though, the big third down play was him scrambling for 20 something.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know if it's in his contract or what it is, but that's part of his game.
Yeah, it's huge.
Either way, they're being too overprotective with him.
Yeah. You take that away from his game, then he drops to
you see what happens when teams don't have their number 1 quarterbacks.
Yeah, right. And it's he was throwing some ducks. It was just weird.
Yeah, there were some ugly passes.
Yeah, he looked off. He just looked off.
It's the thin air. That's what it is.
Yeah, man. But yeah, tough loss, Minos. I know 1 point got to be blown.
Well, what's your record right now?
1-2.
You last in the division?
No, I think the Cardinals are.
Damn.
No, you're both 1-2.
But I think we've given up. Point differential would put us third, though.
Didn't they beat one of the division teams? Oh no, they beat the Falcons. That's who it was. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, they beat the Falcons.
We're 1-2, which means we got.
Well, Hawks are 1-2 too.
Hey, I thought they beat the Raiders. So there wasn't the Raiders.
It was the Raiders. Yeah, you're right. It was the Raiders. Rex is right.
But wait, aren't the Hawks also 1-2?
Yeah.
So we're tied for second, bitch. Hey,
the Rams are not wowing anybody so far, so it's still a wide open division.
It's still wide open, man. So
Ebo, 3 more wins and we match your win total since '96 in the playoffs.
Hey.
Damn, dog.
4.
Anyway,
Wait.
let's move to the next segment of the Losers Den. Soldier Sai. Baltimore 37, New England 26. How you feeling, bro? You fought hard. I ain't gonna lie. I actually expected you guys to be demolished. You guys barely scoring 10, but you came through with some swinging. Even though you ended up being stretchered out, you fought hard, dog. What's your take, bro?
Let me get my take. All right. As far as the grades go, the Ravens get an A. Patriots, we get a C-. I mean, Lamar Jackson, he came ready to play in our home field. He got 4 touchdowns and 1 to go on the ground for like 107 rushing yards. And he was able to connect with Mark Andrews before the first half ended for 2 touchdowns. And we didn't have Kyle Duggar, our star safety, but I don't think that would have made a difference either, considering how the Ravens played. And as for us, the Ravens just knew. Their secondary just knew where Devontae Parker was going to be every time because they managed to foil shut him down for any passes he wanted to get. And Mac Jones, how many interceptions did he throw? He threw like what, 3 interceptions. All of them are head scratching for me. And to top it off, that lower leg injury, that fucking ankle injury that he got. Now we're stuck with Brian Hoyer for the rest of the season.
Well, it's 6 weeks.
Nah,
6 weeks.
But
6 to 8 weeks. The injuries are 6 to 8 weeks.
damn, yeah, I'm
We should
dropping
show
all
right
your
here that even a guy who's
I'm
defense
dropping all your
oriented,
players, dog.
Belichick and Patricia, they didn't have no answer for Jackson. We need a lot of work.
Cam
I
Newton
will
was
say that
free agent.
Devontae Parker had a game though. He balled, but 6 to 8 weeks, I'm dropping any player I have of you guys.
I dropped Mac Jones already. Fuck him.
Yeah. It's all right. He tried, dog.
He tried, but now it's like this. We're at the bottom of our division right now. This is never supposed to happen for us.
Wait.
Who are you better than in your division? Like honestly, speaking.
Nobody. We're bottom. Jets are better than us.
Their practice squad.
Oh yeah,
Flacco?
the Jets are there too.
Flacco and the Jets?
They're both
Wilson
1
and
and
the
2.
Jets might have a chance,
They're
but
both
Flacco and
1
the Jets, I think you're better than Flacco in it. Well, now that you have Hoyer, we'll see.
Yes.
We'll see.
That's my point.
We'll see.
Hey, we had Hoyer and we traded for Jimmy.
Side, there's light at the end of the tunnel. Backups can win games. Okay.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, Brady. Look at Tom Brady for us.
Yeah.
Let's pump the brakes. Hoyer is not Brady. Let's pump the brakes.
Very
It's
true.
like-
Very
Look
true.
at Cooper Rush.
But the principle still stands. Backup can still win games.
True.
Yeah, your man Brissett was balling this week, so it's possible. But
Brissett be balling.
The Ravens, they just played a better
Yeah.
game than us. Yeah, and we just have a
They're a
lot
better
of work
team.
in all phases of the game: offense, defense, and special teams.
I think they're just a better team. No offense.
They are.
Yeah. But I was actually pleasantly surprised because for a lot of that game up until later, you actually
was tight.
you were sticking with them. Yeah, you were sticking with them, and I didn't expect that. So
And they threw in
that shows to me that shows the Belichick had you guys sort of prepared because I don't see like just looking at your roster, I don't see how you can match up against them.
But
And that's not just no offense. I'm just being real.
no offense
still,
taken.
But you played well. So kudos. Even though you at the end it was ugly, you fought hard. So
It was ugly. We weren't the Commanders because I thought those motherfuckers were going to win with just a safety or lose with just a safety.
yeah,
But- But I'm still surprised, 5 TDs against the Bill Belichick defense.
that's because he got rid of all the big talent on the team. I expected his defense to be okay, but there's no like legit talent on there.
But I thought scheme-wise, he would give Lamar something to think about.
Not even so many holes.
Talent to stop
Hey,
Lamar.
What do we hear about Bill every time? He takes away your best number 1 target and makes you play. He didn't take away Mark Andrews. He didn't take away anybody.
To be able to do that, you need talent, man. These
He didn't
guys
take
are
away-
all like
He didn't take away
in my
Lamar's
opinion, they're all
legs. He didn't take away
mediocre
Mark Andrews. He didn't take away-
No, he didn't take Mark
players.
Andrews.
It was long. It was long, man.
Yo, it's like what Ryan Clark says. Like, you don't build an offense for Lamar Jackson. He is the system.
Yeah.
That's it. It's
Yeah.
Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
And you try and fuck around and stop it.
That's it. And I don't think they have the personnel to do that. Even if Belichick tried, like he just got rid of everybody. So
And he's defense oriented, so you think he would have came up with something, but nah.
Yeah,
We couldn't stop Lamar Jackson's run game. The guy, he's more mobile than a trailer park.
I like that.
bars. But yeah, man. I guess this is a perfect way to segue to the winner's circle, Rex, to take same game, kind of like
All right.
Look at that smile.
First
Look
of
at
all,
that
I would
smile.
say I think Sai is being a little too hard on the New England Patriots, and I understand because he's disappointed because that's his team. He was expecting them to do something, and Belichick, like Abel said, he takes away your best weapon. So I was surprised that he didn't take away Mark Andrews. I think when the game started, the Ravens kind of thought that he was going to, so they were trying to go to everybody but him. And then I think somebody on one of the coaches realized that, yo, Mark is running, doing whatever I want. So the second drive, there were 5 passes, 4 of them went to Mark, including a touchdown shovel pass. So we're like, oh, Mark is going to be open. All right, then let's do what we do. Let's keep going to Mark. Because the thing is, Lamar is playing better than his MVP season. So chances are when Lamar is on the field, he's the best player on the field and is by a stretch. So there's not a lot you can do for him. So you have to go toe-to-toe with him on offense, which is what Miami did in the second half last week, and that's how they were able to get back into the game. You have to forget defense. Just forget defense. Just focus on trying to go with him. And the Patriots did that for a significant portion of the game. The only problem is the Ravens started scheming. They realized that like Mac Jones was getting very comfortable with the Devontae Parker. He had like 156 yards. He was getting comfortable with him. So like they started keying in on him. Sometimes, a lot of times they'll let him catch the ball and they'll try to hit it out of him, which is what they eventually successfully did and got the fumble. So it was a scheme. And then Mac Jones you could tell he started to panic and started just taking chances. And that's how he started throwing these picks. He started taking chances. Like he stopped looking underneath and started looking over the top, trying to get big plays. And then that's how the picks came. So I don't blame him. I really feel bad that he got hurt because the guy's got something. Like he's definitely a solid starter, top 20, top 15, top 20 starter in this league, in my opinion. It's just, I know I'm a Ravens fan, but when Lamar's on the field and the way Lamar's playing this season, there's very little you can do. I'm very curious to see how next week goes against the Bills. That's going to really determine. We might lose that game, but if Lamar is still playing the way he's playing, then I'm good with that. But that being said, Lamar Jackson by himself has more touchdowns than 30 teams in the league right now. 30. There are 32 teams in the league. The only other team that has more touchdowns than Lamar is the Detroit Lions because they've been playing catch-up all season with a lot of games. But this guy is he's on a different trajectory right now. He has snapped that.
Are we all on there?
Sorry?
Yeah, I
Are
think
we all included?
Say that again.
Are we all included in that stat?
Yes.
No, wait, who are the 2 teams he's not?
The Ravens, which he's on.
Oh, the Ravens.
and the Lions.
Yeah,
Those are the only 2 teams that have more touchdowns than him by himself.
Yeah.
And the Ravens only have 1 more than him because we had 1 return touchdown by Duvernay. So total Ravens have 13 and 12 of them Lamar's doing. He's responsible statistically. He's responsible for 86% of our offense, which is insane. So if you can control Lamar, that's it. We have no run game. Our receivers are okay. They are getting their confidence together. We have 1 tight end that's solid. That's about our entire offense. This man he's fourth. After Saquon yesterday, he's the 5th leading rusher in the NFL.
Wow.
And he has the most passing touchdowns in the NFL. Like, I don't know how you do that, but he's doing it. So let's see. I hope it's sustainable. I'm excited to see how it goes. But
pay the man.
The Patriots definitely did their thing because 26 points against that secondary is no joke. You guys did really well, but the boy was not going to lose that game. I think that's what it was because 4 of our last 5 drives were touchdowns. He wasn't.
Hey, that man.
Every time we think we had it, though, we end up throwing interceptions.
Hey, that man, bro.
Right.
300 yards and 21 out of 30 attempts. But it's no touchdowns and 3 interceptions. It was not a good day for us.
Yeah, the man threw what? He completed 18 out of 29 passes for 218 yards and 4 touchdowns and 107 yards for another touchdown. It's just, I don't know what to do with him. If he wasn't on my team, I'll be losing my mind watching him play against my team as well. You can't stop him. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
As far as Patriots players go, I dropped Mac Jones out of my fantasy league yesterday. I got Cooper Rush now.
You're a mean fan, Ty. You're a mean fan.
Hey, it's fantasy.
But
yeah,
other than the Lamar spectacular, what's up with the defense? Like the past 3 weeks, doesn't look like a typical Ravens defense to me.
It's not.
Giving up too many points.
Secondary.
We have no pass rush. So we just officially signed JPP 2 days ago. So
okay.
hopefully he brings something, but we have no pass rush. So like quarterbacks have all day to take a nap, wake up, do some homework before they throw. So they're chilling. That's why Mac was also getting confident, because that Calais Campbell hit, if there was any type of pressure, he wouldn't have been there for that hit to hurt his leg. But he was fine sitting in the pocket because he'd been doing it all day.
Yeah.
Our secondary is getting together. We had 1 pick in week 1, 2 picks in week 2, 3 picks in week 3. So maybe we get 4 on Josh Allen this Sunday. Who knows? But they are coming together. But it's let me put it this way for you, Cowboys fan, you might understand. Our entire secondary is Trevon Diggs.
Oh,
They will get the picks, but boy, they will eat some yak. They will eat some yak, and that's what we do.
Yeah,
that's what we do. So we'll see. We need a pass rush to be able to neutralize the quarterbacks that we're playing, because we're going to be playing all these high flying offenses all season. So we need a pass rush, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Cool. Anybody else? That's it.
Did Dobbs play?
Yeah, I think he did. J.K. Dobbins.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dobbins finally came in. He got like 20-something yards. He's coming along, but he did break a few. And you can tell the difference between him and the other running backs. So, like, he's doing his thing. Justice Hill is doing his thing. If we can get Gus mid-season, maybe week 8, week 9, then that would really open up the running game. But another problem is this is week 3, and we are on our 3rd left tackle. So I'm very nervous about
When is Stanley coming back?
We don't know.
Oh,
we don't know. The team decided that Stanley will decide when he comes back. So,
I mean,
what was
the tackle?
Ankle. I was listening to a podcast with Jonathan Ogden today, and Ogden was like, yeah, he talks to Stanley, and he told Stanley, you don't come back till you feel ready. So don't let anybody pressure you into coming back. So Stanley, we might not even see him this season. Who knows? So we're down to a guy that has never played left tackle, not even in high school. He's our left tackle right now. So our fullbacks and running backs are doing a lot of chipping and blocking in the backfield. We're playing a lot of 3 tight end sets to just absorb some of the pressure, and we're able to contain Judon for the most part. What's his name? Dietrich Weiss. He had a game. He had 2 sacks. He got in there initially because the guy that was starting our left tackle got hurt, and then the backup, that was his first time at that position, so he was just getting beat initially, but he got it together for the rest of the game and was able to protect Lamar. So we'll see how it goes, because we're going against Von Miller next week. Shit.
It'll be interesting. It'll be a good game, though.
Will the Bills' defense be healthy next week?
The secondary is done. I think they're done for the season. One guy might come back. The other guy is done.
Right? I know one of the safeties is on IR.
Yeah, he's done for the season.
Yeah.
The other one might not be there, so Lamar might be able to get some balls down the middle of the field and stuff. We'll see. Mark Andrews might have a good game since there are no safeties and no linebackers can cover him. So we'll see. It should be a fun game no matter what.
Yeah. Cool. On to the next. Chiefs at Indianapolis. I told y'all. I picked them. I told y'all.
Hey, a blind squirrel finds a nut every now and then.
No, it's not even that.
Right, twice a day.
Mahomes struggles against us somehow, some way. Like, for some reason, we've only lost them. We played them. I think we actually have a winning record against them for some reason. But this week, we didn't even play that well. The reason why we're able to actually make it through this game was we were consistently pressuring Mahomes. He was not comfortable in the pocket at all. And now that his offense is now more methodical, he needs time. And he struggled to have time this week. So there was a lot of 4-man rush pressure, which is a good thing. We still have issues with the line as far as, like, responsibilities. It wasn't as bad as, like, the Jacksonville game. But at the beginning of the game, like, what's his face? Matt Ryan was struggling to get time to pass the ball. And all they did was tee up on Jonathan Taylor, 8-man, because they're like, all right, you guys haven't passed the ball well, run the ball. Now, obviously, Taylor wasn't getting his cracks and creases like he usually did, but he'd break a few here and there. But still, Taylor also starts the season fairly slowly. He doesn't really take off until, like, after week 4, generally. But the line did have some improvement. So once they can clean up the assignment thing, and I think that is also partially Matt Ryan's fault, because sometimes you also, before pre-snap, you're supposed to tell center who's who so he can make the adjustments on the line. So the two of them, him and the offensive line, need to improve that communication. I think it's a fixable thing, and once that is clicked, then you're going to start to see us actually play some good football. But this game, as the game went on, the passing game started to pick up. Michael Pittman played very well. Alec Pierce also played well. And obviously, you guys saw the rookie tight end catch 2 touchdowns. So I expect them to use him a bit more, as he's better than Mo Ali Cox. Why? Not very good. But I just think
Woods.
Was that Jelani
Woods, man.
Yeah,
he's nice.
Yeah, it just doesn't. I don't think he's very comfortable with the playbook yet, so it's going to take some time for them to incorporate him a lot more. I still want to see them use more of Nyheim Hines, because he's always a matchup problem. Even when they used him in this game, he was a matchup problem. But Frank Reich seems to go away from him. I don't know what the deal is, because he's a receiving threat and he's a running threat. I also want to see them use Paris Campbell more, because outside of Pittman, I think he's probably our most dynamic receiver. I think Pierce is going to get there, but he's a rookie, and I don't like forcing rookies to do too much. But I mean, we'll see. All in all, I still think we had some sloppy play here and there. The defense was the one that actually pretty much won us this game, and of course, Matt Ryan was clutch at the end. I don't see our previous quarterback delivering that drive. That drive was so clutch. It was very veteran-esque, knowing reading your reads, passing it to the right guy, keep it going on the 2 minutes, So there's definitely some bright sides from this game, and I hope the defense continues to improve. Gilly came to play. He's part of the reason why Mahomes had issues, especially with Travis Kelce, because they lined him up against Kelce a lot and made Mahomes pass to other guys. So that enabled the rush to get in. Yannick Ngakoue finally had a good game. And funny enough, the best player on the Indianapolis Colts this year is our nose tackle, Grover Stewart. We have one of the best run defenses in the league. So teams have not been able to run the ball on us very well this year, which is a good thing. I just need some consistency. And next week we play the Titans, which is a big game, division game. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes.
It's not. The Titans are dead in the water. I keep telling y'all. Titans have nothing left.
They just won this week. Somebody gave them some confidence. Who did they even play?
Come on. They are playing the Raiders, who are even more dead in the water. The Raiders are not a team at this point.
The Raiders should have won that game, though. The Raiders
can't win anything.
They're really bad.
McDaniels is going back to New England to improve your offense.
The thing is, it's a division game. So regardless of the state of the team, I really don't count them out. It's kind of like the Premier League and derbies. Doesn't matter. Whenever we play Tottenham, Arsenal plays Tottenham. I don't care what form each team is on. That game is just different.
Where's the game? Is it in Indy?
It's in Indy. So we'll see how that goes.
Anyway.
But yeah. Good win. At least good for the confidence and the morale of the team. So we'll see. And it's an AFC team, so it's huge. One of the better AFC teams.
Right. I'm just glad you guys knocked the Chiefs off one peg. So, the number one seed is still kind of open at this point.
Yeah.
Thank you for that, because that's going to be the clutch in the playoffs when the time comes.
Yeah, huge, man. So, we'll see how that goes. The division is still wide open.
I don't think the Dolphins game is sustainable for a whole season, personally. But
we'll see.
Wait,
I had the Chiefs winning this game, but looking at the game yesterday, it's they didn't look that good on offense.
No, they didn't. The Chiefs didn't look good. That's why I was laughing, because in my head I'm like, I don't know if the Colts and this is a cliche. I don't know if the Colts won this game or if the Chiefs lost it, because if the Chiefs played Chiefs football, I don't know if this would have been the score. But obviously, we have to give the Colts credit because they had to have done something to get the Chiefs out of it.
Yeah, you didn't have time.
It wasn't magic.
Like I think he was pressured. He was pressured almost 40% of his.
Which is crazy because one of the biblical rules of playing the Chiefs is don't blitz Mahomes.
Yeah, we didn't.
You just 4-man pressure?
Yeah, just 4-man pressure.
Wow.
And even Ryan got like fumbled twice and got sacked 5 times. He still bounced back.
Yeah,
to get that
a lot of that was in the first half too. Like I said, at the beginning, the line was still shaky, and you could see them starting to play better as the game went.
Yeah, it wasn't pretty, but
it was together. Was that?
I said it wasn't pretty, but a win's a win.
No, it wasn't. It was. I don't. Like I said, I don't think we played well in totality, but our defense did.
So you guys are 1-1-1.
Yeah, 1-1.
Mine got like 2 touchdown passes to Jelani Woods.
Yeah, two touchdowns to Woods. And like the good thing is, as the game went, the offense was starting to pick up a bit. So that was a good thing. But the defense was pretty damn good the whole game. Like they generated pressure without blitzing, and it was cool. It was cool, especially playing against Mahomes. He tried to scramble. The good thing about it is even when he got out of the pocket, the 4-man rush stayed very disciplined, and not to get out of their lane so he gets an opening. So they did well. They did well. They were well coached. Considering you guys know how I feel about Gus Bradley's system and the archaicness of putting like linebackers on receivers and tight ends, like mismatches and shit. Like it pisses me off. But this game he got it right. So shout out to them. Kudos to them. So
but let's look at it this way. Other than week 1, have the Chiefs looked impressive? Because last week, who did they play? If the defense had any hands, they would have picked off Mahomes like 3 times or 4 times.
Yeah.
He's getting used to new receivers, so give it time. It's Mahomes, man. Until Mahomes is like shell shocked, I'm like, man, it's Mahomes. Like I fear that guy.
I know, but it's also an AFC that's loaded. You might not have time to find your footing.
Yeah. Now the difference is, like the offense is not like high flying.
Yeah.
It's more methodical. So now he needs time. He needs to
be patient.
Yeah, exactly.
But they can't make mistakes like they used to.
Yeah.
Because they could like fumble the ball 3 times and just in 3 plays score 3 touchdowns.
Right.
Because even last week the Chargers had some success pressuring him. It wasn't as intense as us this week, but they still had some success. He didn't have like all day like usual. So,
he doesn't have like 3 or 4 home run hitters.
No,
lining up. They're pretty much all of them left because Robinson is in Baltimore, Tyreek is in Miami. He only has Mecole Hardman left with speed now.
And he barely did anything. And Travis Kelce's a year older.
Yeah.
I think this guy has potential to be that. But again, like it goes back to what I was saying. Like we're kind of spoiled at rookie receivers just coming in and balling out. But they have this guy named Sky Moore. Really good. He's a really good player. He's just a rookie. Yeah. So you give it time, he might be that guy that can stretch the field. He's a hell of a route runner too.
Where's Trent McDuffie, man?
Who the hell is that? Is that one of the receivers?
He's the cornerback they drafted the first round. Like he's supposed to be a beast. Like he has done nothing all season. I wouldn't say nothing, but I haven't heard anything about
I thought they
him.
drafted the Greek pass rusher.
No, he was in the 2nd or 3rd round. He wasn't a first round pick. Karlaftis.
Yeah.
Karlaftis, he had a good week 1, and then he's kind of disappeared as well.
Yeah, okay.
But then Trent McDuffie was supposed to be it, man. We almost drafted him.
I see.
Like, that's how good he was supposed to be. He's one of those hybrid guys that play safety and.
I wonder if he's hurt. He's got 1 tackle, and as a DB.
Oh, good point. I don't know. I don't know if he's hurt.
Yeah, he has to be hurt. Yeah, it's like 1 tackle. As a rookie DB, he's going to be picked on. So 1 tackle.
He was placed on the IR 2 weeks ago.
He's on IR?
Yeah.
Oh, snap. I didn't know that.
Well, IR is only 4 games now.
Yeah.
No, but still, it means that, he's not healthy.
Significant injury, yeah.
Hamstring.
Wow, that's crazy.
So, but yeah.
Sauce is doing the damn thing out in New York.
At the Jets.
Oh, my God. They don't even throw to him. They're so scared of him.
He's a baller.
Oh my God! He kept what's his face to like what 2 catches for 14 yards. Jamar Chase.
Shit, Charvarius Ward, man. They're missing him in Kansas City. I'll tell you that much.
Oh yeah.
And Muscle Hamster. No, Muscle Hamster. I said Honey Badger.
Honey Badger.
They missing
No, did you guys see Sorensen giving up plays in New Orleans again this week?
Jeez,
I'm never picking New Orleans again, dog.
Daniel.
They wronged me twice, 2 weeks in a row, dog. They suck.
I'm done with them too.
Yeah, man. I'm sorry. I was hoping. I had hope for Jameis, but yeah.
30 for 30.
30 for 30, blood.
30 for 30, man.
Yeah, man. Okay. Well, since Kwiku's not here, I guess we'll take his game. He was supposed to.
Let's go to the Cowboys since he's here, and then we can talk about Kwiku after. Let the Cowboy guy talk.
Before we go to the Cowboys, I'm just hoping the Colts can tie next week so we can play some 112 tracks during our show.
Oh my God! 112, 112, help me sing.
I don't know if we'll have the clearance for that.
Oh yeah.
112 happens to be my birthday, or is it? Or am I correct, Si? Is that correct?
You know your own birthday?
112 is your birthday.
Oh yeah, we need that.
We definitely need that now.
For the longest time, I used to bullshit Si at school, dog.
I never told that shit.
So I wanted to do my birthday for years, man. I was lying to that man, and then you finally found it.
I knew your birthday from your schedule. You never fooled me.
That's what I'm saying. You finally found it for my schedule, but I used to
Yeah,
lie.
I knew this in ninth grade.
All right. The Cowboys don't get a lot of shine, so let him get his. Toot your horn, my brother.
Hey, you know, the walking wounded. Here we go again, another week.
Before you even go in, I take my statement back. Your boy showed a lot of heart this game as a wide receiver one. He showed me a lot. So
CD,
go ahead.
I'll get to him.
Yeah.
He came back well after that drop.
Yeah.
Jeez, man. I almost cut him from the 88 club.
Like, yo, bullshit. I was out here calling out his dog, man, but he came correct this week.
Well, the coaches at least put some confidence in him by still going to him. So that was good on Kellen Moore. But another week, all the pundits, including the folks on here, kept bashing the Cowboys are done, dead in the water, going up against 2-0 New York Giants, hostile environment, Danny Dimes, Saquon. Well, even Jerry started some controversy, QB controversy, but just steady Eddie, Cooper Rush, minding his business.
Controversy is still there, bro. It's still there. As long as your boy keeps winning, it's going to be there.
Hey, Dak said he's coming back ASAP.
That's why he had his shirt off. He was saying it with his chest.
Right. Glory hole Dak.
What was that? Why do you have a shirt off in the locker room?
Glory hole Dak, dog.
He wanted to take a team shower, man.
Yeah, man. I'm not touching that topic. But when you go on the road, you need three things. You need defense, special teams, and running game. We nailed all three. Defense, I got to tip my hat off to Danny Dimes. He played a heck of a game because, dog, we came after him every damn snap.
Yeah.
He did.
And he was scrambling. He was so
He's actually a pretty good scrambler. Like,
man.
I was impressed.
I think we pressured him like 24 times.
Yeah.
Guy got some heart. He stood in there and took some pounding.
I think to interject, but not to interject. I think New York's problem is they have no real receivers.
I don't know what happened to their wide receivers.
What does that mean? They have the most expensive receiver room in
NFL.
Yeah, but they're trash.
But what happened to Galladay? Galladay was not bad.
He dropped a wide open pass that could have.
No, that's my point. He wasn't like this. He wasn't like this in Detroit.
So Galladay is one of those players.
He forgot how to play.
He was on such a shit team and outshone on that shit team. And when he finally got into some decency, his true colors came to light. That happens every now and then.
I feel like he's just a deep threat, and you can't play him like as a possession receiver.
I guess.
Right now, you can't play him as anything.
Yeah, because he drops the ball like a motherfucker.
Literally.
And Slayton and Kadarius Toney, I don't know what happened to that.
You don't even play them.
Yeah.
Well, they're gonna have to now.
They're like healthy scratches, right? They're not injured.
Yeah.
Kadarius was a beast. I don't know what happened.
He's a weapon. I don't know.
And like Slayton is like the real deep threat.
Yeah.
Anything.
But they were talking about cutting him during training camp, anyways. So
Wow.
I saw Richie James with more catches.
Yeah, Richie James and now IR Shepard.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
Mhm.
But yeah, that defense balled out. Parsons, he's been dealing with an illness, so he was playing at, let's say, 60%. But finally, DeMarcus Lawrence made an appearance.
Yeah, he did.
Gosh, it's been forever.
Yeah, he
I
came
forgot
out
he
there.
played with y'all.
I was surprised Neal, because Neal during the draft, he was touted as what, the best tackle?
He was. He got destroyed yesterday, though. Like he didn't.
Crazy.
They were even trying to get the tight end to help him, and the tight end was afraid to chip. The tight end was like, "Nah, I'm just gonna run my route."
It's early, I know, but you think Dak will get his job back?
If they keep winning
Yeah.
like this,
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
I
If
think
you
the
guys
money.
keep winning, I don't know if they're gonna put him in.
Well, if Dak stays out for the next 3-4 games, if Cooper Rush next week, let's say he plays Commanders. The following week he plays the Rams, and then he plays the Eagles. If Cooper Rush plays in those games and he wins, it's going to be tough.
If he wins at least 2 out of the 3, he's gonna be tough.
Yeah.
Last
But
night, Dak said he wanted to be back within 2 weeks.
Exactly. Dak wants to be back for the Rams game.
He should. That's why.
Yeah. Yeah. He should not be playing around because that's how he got his job.
Yeah, from
Yeah.
Romo. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's what he
Is
did
he
to
owed
Romo.
any guaranteed money next year?
Oh, he's owed a lot.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, the defense showed out. The running game, finally, they're giving Tony Pollard some touches. Zeke finally looks like he's accepted. He's no longer the lead dog. Touches were like evenly split, but we were rotating left guards. Peters came in one play, and he created a hole as big as.
Wow, I think I saw that one, man.
Yeah, and I'm liking what I'm seeing out of the run game. No,
Yeah,
pass protection.
I'm actually
Pass
impressed.
protection is still shaky. Cooper Rush, he's very decisive. And I think the difference between what Cooper Rush is doing and Dak is the play calling. They are not putting a lot on Cooper Rush's plate. With Dak, it's like, go win us the game, go create a big play, do you. With Cooper Rush, it's like, okay, we will scheme it up for you, just make the reads, the right reads. He had a couple
Black is the Black Cousins.
Yeah, he had a couple good passes, and that CD, the first half, I was losing my mind. I'm like, how are you calling yourself an 88 club and you dropping right away passes like this?
Nah,
But then but then he had an 88 drive. Like one drive was just CD.
Yeah.
And that catch and run to plow that cornerback. Yeah, I was like, okay.
Yeah.
That one-handed touchdown, though.
Oh yeah.
He does that all the time in practice.
Yeah, he does that in practice.
Did you hear what Ryan Clark said about that?
No, what do you say?
He was like, "That's the same left hand that snatched that phone."
Oh yeah.
On draft day.
It sure was.
Strong.
It sure was.
I've
never seen a receiver play defense and intercept the pass so quick with that phone.
I know, right? Damn.
And he just looked at her and was like, "No."
Right.
Baby, who is Pizza Hut?
Exactly.
Well, yeah, I mean, we're chugging along. We're missing about half our offensive squad because Dalton Schultz didn't play, Michael Gallup didn't play, left tackle, left guard. So hopefully we start getting some players back.
Hold on, so you guys are 2-1.
Yeah.
Holy crap!
3 teams
without your quarterback.
2 teams 2-1, 1-3-0.
Without our quarterback, our left tackle, our left guard, our second wide receiver, our third wide receiver, our tight end.
Yeah.
Wow.
We're just chugging along. And the Eagles are hearing footsteps. I know Halloween is close.
I don't know.
What the Eagles are doing is
Quiku's all barking, but they're only one win.
The only one game ahead of us.
One win away from everybody else. And
only because they've only played 3 games. They can't play 8 games while everybody. So they have won every game they've played. So
I get that, but the way he's barking is like
he has a commanding division.
Yeah, like they have a command.
No, but the way they are playing, it's not just the fact that they win; it's the way they are playing. Like when you see the Eagles play, it's like who's going to stop these guys?
The second half.
Two out of
second half.
The first game they didn't play that well. They let these guys back. They almost lost that game.
Well,
Yeah,
they stop
because
playing in the second half.
lose focus. They lose focus and kind of take their foot off the brakes and everything, off the gas and all that stuff. But I'm saying if they can play how they play for 3 quarters per game, who's gonna stop them? Like,
Well, my thing is every team goes through adversity at some point in the season. Cowboys are going through theirs, and we're winning. When the Eagles, it'll come, and when it comes, what you do with it, we'll be telling. This is the easy part. This is the easy part for the Eagles' schedule. This is the easiest part of the schedule for the Eagles.
I think the point I'm more trying to make is like this is
How they're
what
playing.
has been placed in front of them, and they are handling it. So until they don't handle it, I'm not gonna say, oh, I don't think they're gonna handle it, because they haven't showed me anything that says that they can't keep doing this.
No, I hear you, but it's
Week
only
one
week
was-
3 to be barking like they're going to the Super Bowl. That's all I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Man,
But
that's
Eagles,
Philadelphia.
that's
They're
Eagles
even-
fans, man.
I get it. That's what I'm saying.
No.
Like
The
it's
entire
laughable.
NFC East is like that. Every single team, they win one game and they start talking Super Bowl.
I
Start
100%
online
agree
looking
with
at
you.
Super Bowl tickets.
I 100% agree with you, and that's why it's
Yes.
still laughable to this day. It's been like
No,
that since the
I
90s.
guess the point I'm making is I don't know why Ebo is talking, because when his Cowboys win a game or two, they do the same thing. Giants do the same thing. Redskins do the same thing.
Wait.
The whole division does the same thing.
Let me
We all
correct you.
do.
There is a meme for the Cowboys saying this is our year with the jorts and the white shell tops, the quarterback jersey. Y'all have a meme. Y'all say
Wait,
this is
wait.
our year in May.
But let me correct you on this. The whole NFC East does it, but there's some history to back the
Not the
3
Redskins.
teams,
Or
not the Eagles.
Commanders.
Like the Skins have done it before, the Giants have done it before, the Cowboys have done it before. So we can at least talk. Eagles have only done it once. What are they talking about?
The most recent, to be factual. But I hear what you're saying. But yeah, I just think just chill out a little bit. It's early. Enjoy the success, but like
Yeah, and I'm
a lot of like maybe
Nah,
talking down
man.
condescending.
Listen, this is the thing. I guess my relationship with sports is a little different. Like when your team is doing good, enjoy it, talk all your shit, because it could change in a week or two. So why should I preserve my joy? Why should I be like stifling joy? I don't
And
get
here's
that.
what I tell my Eagles boy up here who says that we're going to the Super Bowl shit. I'm like, don't jinx it, because you know what I try
Right.
not to talk shit before games because I know how easily your quarterback can step out the end zone and you lose by
All too well.
I mean,
Oh, you're right. You're absolutely
Like,
right.
because
But-
one, I love talking shit afterwards, but suddenly,
After the fact, yes.
yes,
I agree.
but
I agree.
And that's
I
what
don't want to
Quickos
talk
do it.
shit and take it back because I know I hate taking it and I'm gonna say something and hand this shit back.
I feel you.
No, it's too early in the season. How many times do we see teams go 6-0, take off? Arizona Cardinals. And then
49ers, yeah.
second half of the season.
That's why I don't know
Well,
if this
we
Lamar
were
thing is
9-0
sustainable.
and
I hope it
lost
is, but I don't know, man, because he is balling out of his mind. You can't do this for a whole season.
Oh yeah.
I mean, even Cowboys last year, we were putting up 40 points, 50 points.
Yeah, until Dak got hurt. He was my
And
fantasy.
then what
I
happened in the
remember
second
that.
half?
He was putting up points.
Yeah.
Right.
The thing is, I mean, AJ Brown is just a monster, though, man.
No, the
Oh,
team
yeah.
is. So is Smith though. Smith making some gangster.
But he's going up against number 2s now.
He reminds
Right.
me of like the way he moves. Is like,
Oh, number 2s or not? He was hauling them balls in double coverage. Forget a
Yeah.
number 2. Like
No, but I'm saying he's playing against number 2s versus number 1s, and
But
then
that's a pick your poison, because when you line up
Yeah.
your defense, who would you rather take a chance with? AJ Brown or Devontae Smith? So it's not
Devontae
like the
Smith,
twos are coming not because of him, because if you put your 2 on AJ Brown, he's going for 200 yards a game.
exactly.
So
That's what I'm saying.
it's not his fault.
He's balling.
And
No,
they
it's not his
tried
fault.
doubling Devontae, and he was still balling. So like the guy's a beast. Period. Like to be a Heisman winner as a wide receiver, shit is gnarly, man. Give him his
Nah,
props.
he's good.
It's a monster.
We'll see.
nah, cool.
Anyway.
Cool.
Is anybody going to
move to the
talk
next
about the
one.
Eagles? I think
Yeah.
we've talked about
Since
the
that's your
Eagles.
division, why don't you walk right into it, Abel?
The Eagles?
Yeah.
Well, Carson Wentz sucks.
Yo, that man couldn't do anything. He got sacked 3 times in the first 5 plays.
Yeah, because
Why didn't they bench him?
Why should they bench him? I want my second round pick. Let him play him.
Why didn't they bench him?
Play him,
Bench him
dog.
for who?
He looked lost.
Bench him for who?
Well, Heineke or whatever, he played better last year.
Yeah, and they gave him a contract.
Have you seen that? Listen, the Eagles D line is destroying everybody. Like, it's not Wentz's fault.
No, that was Wentz. That
There was some dog.
I didn't see that
You guys
game.
are
So I
just
can't,
so used to
I didn't
seeing
see that
Wentz
game
do
like
that,
that, so
huh?
I can't really speak on it.
I was watching the whole thing. He literally, I mean, there were at least 3 of the 9 sacks where he just turns around and goes, "Take me."
I know. Like,
How many of their O-line
9 sacks is a lot,
They were
though.
fucking
9 sacks.
dominatrix for their O-line.
Sorry, what you
9
said?
sacks is a
I said
lot.
they were a fucking dominatrix on the Commanders' O-line.
Yeah. It was,
Nah.
it was really bad. Really
Peg-
bad.
I don't know what your game plan was, but it was terrible.
Pegged in the A gap.
Jeez.
Hope the game
But
plan was
Jalen
called hope.
Hurts, on the other hand, he's balling.
Yeah. He's
Yeah.
like
They were
after
hurting.
Lamar, he's the next best thing right now.
His
I-
passes,
Very close
he's
second
improved on
right
his
now, man.
passes.
I thought that safety was the only 2 points they were going to get for the whole game.
Yo, but you know what's crazy though? Not only are these players just playing well, but they also, just because I see the local TV and the radio shows, the way they handle interviews and the way they talk, they're built to play here. This
Oh,
is
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like Vince Young back in the day when the first thing his dumbass says was, "Oh, we got a dream team."
Yeah.
Now,
Listen, it's always easy to interview after a win.
no.
Let's
He
see
said
if
that in
they get 2 L's back to back
preseason.
and see
That's
if
right. They
they
haven't
lose
lost
that
yet.
preseason.
Still, you're right. They haven't lost yet.
No. But Devontae Smith, even last year, Jalen Hurts, just the way they carry themselves in this city and how they are.
They're good.
That's
Yeah.
what's up. That's good to know.
That's
I actually-
why this city turned so quickly on Carson Wentz.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
he's-
actually want Hurts to play well, so Eagles have to make a
Carson-
decision.
Carson is a quarterback and he lacks leadership. That's his biggest flaw.
He wants to play hero ball too.
Yeah, and like he's not a cerebral quarterback. I'm sorry. I'm
Right,
just
right.
stupid
No,
as
that's
it is.
true.
He's
That's
just
true.
he's got elite talent. That's it. But he doesn't have the leadership. Like he doesn't command the locker room. He doesn't like you said. He always wants to play hero ball, and
Yeah.
that leads to dynamic not just dynamic, drastic turnovers, dog. Like
He's this is the thing with my problem with Carson is either giving you the highest highs or the lowest lows. He doesn't give you in between.
and he can do that at any
And
given time.
he
Even
can
during the
give you
game.
the highest highs in the first 10 minutes of the fourth quarter, and he will give you the lowest lows by the end of the fourth quarter. Like
Yeah.
it's not even game to game. It's within games he can be.
Yeah.
He's Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde within the game.
Yeah.
Two-Face. Like
Within
it's
the drive.
You said Dr.
Carson Dent.
The second half of the season last year,
Nine.
Frank Reich, the guy that actually
Crazy, man.
advocated for him, was strategically taking the ball away from Carson. Like Carson, just hand the ball off and just dump it. Like, don't play quarterback.
Carson has 2.5 quarters in him per game. So if
Yeah.
he starts hot with his 2.5 quarters, then you got to start running the ball after that.
Yeah.
Because if you give him, if he goes and looks in the mirror and gets that, oh, I got this today. The moment he says that to himself, that's when it goes to shit.
Peak.
Because
Yep.
he starts throwing all these things, man. A lot of like he was throwing some medicine balls for these poor receivers. I was
Oh,
like, what is going on here, man?
When he got hit, I thought he was German. Nine.
Yeah, he was Vents. Carson Vents.
That's a 9-9.
No, but it was.
Let's hope he continues playing that way next week too.
You guys play them?
Well, we got some good games next week though. But that was last Friday. But yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody want to say anything about the rest of the games?
Yeah, let's just go through them real quick. Houston, Chicago. I actually expected Houston to win, but they're both two trash teams, so came out as it was. Chicago had 23, Houston had 20, of course. New York was handily beaten by Cincinnati, 27-12. And this is the Jets. I saw the Jets were fighting out on the sideline.
Yeah, with coaches, not just among players.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that. That was kind of interesting.
I want to say one sentence about this game: the Jets and Cincinnati. Like, even though Cincinnati started 0-2, everybody had the sense that they hadn't really started playing their ball. So this is going to give them confidence. They're pulling out their all-white helmets on Thursday. That's going to be crazy to see.
Yeah.
And then the Jets finally, like, Flacco became Flacco again. So, there's only so much you can do with that. I don't believe I used to think he was elite back in the day. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he was a better player back in the day, though. So, he also had a defense to mask a lot of his flaws.
That's true.
And a running game.
Yeah, and a running game.
And special teams.
Yeah. everything but him. Well, he played well in that playoffs. That's it.
Yeah, playoff Joe is
in the
different.
playoffs, he's good.
Playoff Joe is always different, man.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Tennessee 24, Raiders 22. They can't catch the break.
Week 6. That man's getting fired in week 6.
The thing is, as crazy as it sounds, the Raiders have been in every game. It's been like one last drive that they've effed up, and they've lost by just one drive. So, like, they could turn it around at any point in time because all the games they've played, they haven't, like, shit the bed. It's like it's always been like one score game. So I think it's a matter of
always come back in like garbage time and start making it a game.
What was that?
Don't they always come back in like garbage time?
No.
They've also had games where they were leading and blew the lead.
Yeah, it's always been a game throughout, or like they'll come back before garbage time.
To be fair to them, like their losses have always come down to somebody on the other team doing something ridiculously spectacular.
Yeah.
We saw Kyler doing all that crazy stuff with a 2-point conversion. Renfro, who never friggin' fumbled twice back to back. That doesn't happen. But my issue with the Raiders is, and I hear what you're saying about they're always in every game towards the end. The thing with football is, it's the mistakes you make early that will haunt you later. So if they are not starting well enough to win the game, so at the end of the game they are doing all this heroic stuff. You can't do that all through the game. If you're doing that at the end, it's a desperation move. It might work, it might not. Kyler, that thing that he did 2 weeks ago, he can't do that thing. He can't do it again. That's not going to happen anywhere again. So I still think that their confidence is starting to shake a little. And if they lose one more game and they lose, and then by week 6, McDaniels will be back in New England.
How about Derek Carr, though?
I never believed Derek Carr was the quarterback that people keep saying he is. I just never believed it.
His brother kept ranking him high. But
once upon a time, he was actually a pretty good quarterback. He was an MVP candidate.
Once upon a time, he had weapons. He's always had weapons. He always has weapons. It's always weapons. It's not him. It's always been weapons. That's why he's never been the highest paid quarterback, even when his time was due, because even he knows I'm not the man.
But now
it's always weapons.
Yeah, now he has weapons. Which is
no excuses.
He's always had weapons. He always has weapons. He always has weapons.
He had Amari.
Whenever he didn't have weapons, he didn't do anything.
That game.
He's always had weapons. So I don't know. But anyway.
Miami 21, Buffalo 19. It was one of those last play wins.
Just to see the offensive coordinator just destroy his desk at the end of the game.
Yeah, Ken Dorsey from the U. Yeah. It was, for some reason, that's how Buffalo loses games. It's like the end. You either blow them out or it's like the last play of the game.
But why does the ref touch the ball? Like, they got
the ref didn't mess that up. I saw that.
Oh, did you see that slow ass jog?
No, he messed that up. And I think that's why
Dorsey was pissed. The 49ers game.
I think that's why Dorsey was pissed.
That was worse than the 49ers game.
Yeah.
Are you guys serious right now?
Yes.
You guys saw Allen throwing ducks before the ref ever came to the picture too, right?
I completely agree. Yes.
Yeah. Allen was throwing balls into the ground like he was misreading defenses.
The point of the matter is, if he had rushed the ball like they're supposed to, they probably had a chance to make that kick. That's not
fair. That's not fair. Do you know why I say that's not fair? The reason, let me tell you why I say that's not fair. Patience, young sensei, relax for me. The reason why that's not fair is they had 3 times more yards in the game than Miami. They had 40 minutes of possession. Miami had 20. They had all the time and all the yards to win the game, to play the game early. They just get down to the red zone and screw up. So you can't put it all on the end of the game because they screwed up all game to get there.
No, I'm not disputing that. But at the same time, I understand why people are frustrated because refs at that particular time of the game, the ref is supposed to hurry. That's what they all do. And he took his
when you
time.
went down to the red zone 5 times, if you scored 3-4 touchdowns, you wouldn't care about the ref. That's why you have supposed to take.
I hear you, Rex. I hear you. But if this was your team, you'd be pissed too. I'm not even a fan of them. We all saw that. We're not fans of Buffalo, but we all saw that and agree that the ref was taking the piss by taking that slow trot to put it down. He was supposed to run.
The ref is also in that heat. He's also tired. He's also been running around in that 90
If this was your team, Rex, you wouldn't be talking like this.
But it's
that's why it's not.
It's a 2 minute.
If it's your team, you probably have a different tone.
No,
but
I get
what you're saying.
I will be objective. I am being objective.
As are we.
The ref has to be close.
We're all not fans, but realistically, if in a situation like that, the ref is supposed to hurry up and put the ball down. He took his sweet time and whipped another 2-3 seconds, and then it went to 0. That's why the offensive coordinator was pissed, and I get it. I get it, and that doesn't excuse what you said. What you said was absolutely right, but that also doesn't excuse the ref as well. That's all I'm saying.
No, but when you make that play call at the end, you're making it with the mentality of you get the ball, you go down, you spike it after the ref places the ball. You don't make it thinking the ref is going to be jogging, lollygagging, la-di-da-di-da-di-da.
That's exactly what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. And that's why the coordinator smashed his shit. It's like, what the fuck is this?
He would have gone for a Hail Mary instead if you knew the ref was going to do that.
Exactly. If they knew the ref was going to do that, I was like, we might as well have just thrown a Hail Mary because he was taking his sweet time.
He knows.
Yo, speaking of time, though, in the 49ers game, did y'all notice that when we started that last drive, when we got our first down on it, we ran out of bounds. It was under 3 minutes, and the clock never stopped, and it ran like 20-some seconds off the clock, too.
Didn't they reset that?
I thought they reset.
No, they didn't. They didn't even stop the clock or anything. Collinsworth was like, clock's not stopping. I don't know why. They, okay.
Oh man,
maybe that played into Jimmy thrown into triple coverage.
Maybe.
But I agree with Rex. The Bills shoot themselves in the foot.
They did.
Times.
They did.
At the end of the half, they had a field goal.
They should have put that game away, given the statistics and the domination
with time running out. They had a field goal. Snap, spike the ball, kick the field goal.
Yeah.
Snap, fumbled the ball, threw it to Diggs, who ran the clock out. I'm like, what?
No, Rex is absolutely right. I'm not saying Rex is wrong. Like, if you look at the statistics and the breakdown, they should have put that game away a while ago. But at the same time, the ref should have done a lot better. Because
I mean, they're playing like the Chiefs used to back in the day. Ton of mistakes, but they're talented enough to overcome most of them.
To come back. Yeah, yeah.
But then to bite you a week here, a week there.
Right. Which it did.
Let's quickly go through these ones. Carolina 22, New Orleans 14. I'm done picking New Orleans. They trash.
30 for 30.
Then we got Minnesota 24, Minnesota 28, Detroit 24.
Detroit choked out.
Is Jefferson playing in the NFL still?
Fuck Jefferson.
Okuda put the clamp on him, bro.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Okuda put the clamps on him. But yeah, it was a good game.
I thought the Lions were going to take it.
Yeah, the Lions choked. The Lions choked. So, LA, which one is this? The Chargers.
Jacksonville. Oh my God.
Jacksonville 38.
Oh my God. Like the Chargers, remember I said at the beginning of the season, my prediction was that Justin Herbert is going to be the highest paid quarterback who never went to the playoffs.
Yeah.
Well, it's coming. It's going to be real.
I feel bad for them.
This team is hurt.
They have nobody.
I was about to say, I feel everybody. And I think part of the reason is because they played on Thursday, and then, did they play last Thursday? Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
So
but that gave them an extra days actually. So no, it's the other way around.
I guess it was just a weird sum of injuries because they
still have the same doctor that stabbed Tyrod Taylor.
It's about to be real bad because
forget the quarterback. Your number one corner didn't play. Your number one pass rusher didn't play. Your number one receiver didn't play. And then during the game, you lost your left tackle, and then you lost somebody else, and the center is not like it's a disaster over there.
Bosa-
Oh, wait,
Bosa
doesn't
got
that
hurt.
sound like the Cowboys?
Yeah.
Also, you lost your pass. You lost your one and two pass rushers are not there. Like,
But that's what I'm saying.
hell?
It's like it's still no excuse to play that horrible.
Yeah. Or
Against the
Broken
Jags?
ribs or cracked ribs or
or
whatever.
Jacksonville might be actually a decent team.
Against the Jags? That horrible?
They
The
might
Jags
be.
The
are
Jags-
awful.
I told
The
you guys
Jags
in the
have a
season,
lot
the
of-
Jags are
Jaguars might be a
legit.
decent team.
They are a
They have a
decent team.
good coach.
Okay, wait, I get the Jags have a decent team, but the Chargers were crowned to be like a Super Bowl
No,
contender.
I agree with you. It shouldn't be this big of a blowout.
It
You're right.
shouldn't
Yeah.
be.
It shouldn't be this big
Jags
of a
shouldn't
blowout.
be blowing you out.
It's like the only blowout of the week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're
so,
supposed to be a Super Bowl contender.
Yeah.
And you're getting blown out by the Jags.
I completely
Those
agree.
are the things.
Not
I
quarterback.
hate those takes when they say them, man, because these guys haven't even been to the playoffs and we've already given them a Super Bowl contender tag. Like, what is this? Can
It's
we
like
at
what
least
we
see
did
them
with
in the
the
playoffs?
Browns with OBJ.
I hate that shit, man. They haven't been to the playoffs. All of a sudden, Justin Herbert is the top 5 quarterback, and they are Super Bowl contender. They haven't even been to the playoffs. Can they go and lose or win a game? Let's see that. And they're also playing in the AFC West. Like, who's crowning these guys?
Yeah. Fair
Anyway,
point. Fair point.
I feel the same way about the Bills.
At least
But
they've
the Bills
gone
have
far.
been to the
At least
champ.
they've gone far.
No, but
Yeah.
until you get like everybody has already crowned Josh Allen, everybody has already crowned their team, and blah blah blah. The thing is, you put unnecessary pressure on these teams, and then any small adversity they start to crack.
That's good.
That's the league for you, though.
That's
how
how
it
that's how
goes.
the Cowboys feel every year.
That's how it goes. Yeah. Seattle 23, Atlanta 27.
Yeah.
Team.
Geno,
I
man.
expected Atlanta to win that. But they
Geno's
kept it close.
Hey,
Arizona 12, Rams 20. The Rams are just squeaking through these games, but it's a division game, so like I said, division
Stafford
games
is
are
not
always
playing
different.
well, though.
Was that?
Stafford is not playing
Stafford's
well.
not playing well.
He's not playing well, yeah.
The O line is,
And neither is Allen Robinson. He's dropping
Nah, he's done.
wide open passes in the end zone, and
But the O line is
Kupp is a running back.
that O
now.
line is not good.
They didn't score a touchdown yesterday. They just scored like 4 field goals, Arizona.
yeah.
Yeah.
I said
And then
but still.
Anyway, Tampa
Bay
Bay, Green Bay.
12,
that
Green
was
Bay
a
14.
sweet fest.
What was Brady doing? What's it called? Delay a game on a 2-point conversion.
Yeah, that's what happens
He had
when
no
you're playing.
weapons. He
That's
had
when
no
you're
weapons. He had
playing
no
the
idea what he was doing. He was
Yeah.
throwing to people that were not even in Tampa like
A
2
whole
days
set of
ago.
new receivers, man. So it happens.
Why couldn't
no
we
weapons.
play this Tampa in week 1?
It's so funny. It's so funny because like Aaron Rodgers didn't have any weapons either.
Well, he had Lazard.
No, but he played with them. He played with them in training camp, so he at least knew some of them a bit.
And this
Brady-
is the game of the week.
Brady
too.
just got Cole Beasley last week.
I know,
No, I'm talking about them being good. I'm not talking about whether he played.
Oh
with
no,
them
but
or
at
not.
least he had rapport, so it helps.
Report. The man was complaining that the boys are terrible.
At least he was able to test them to say that.
Who was the rookie? Is it Dobbs?
At least they have
Dobbs,
the
yeah.
playbook.
Dobbs.
Dobbs played well, man.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, Romeo Dobbs is gonna be legit. He's gonna be legit.
He might end up being a receiver 1 this
Yeah.
year.
Yeah, he might be.
Yeah.
I think Lazard is legit. No, but-
Sammy
Yeah.
Watkins is already on IR. This guy.
It's like Julio Jones.
Yeah, like Julio
Julio Jones
Jones.
is on IR.
At least Julio Jones has a Hall of Fame resume, though. Sammy Watkins has been like this practically his whole career.
His whole career.
So, anyway, last one we're picking for this week's Thursday night game: Miami versus the Bengals.
Bengals.
You going Bengals?
Bengals.
All right. I gotta think about this a little bit. Minos, you have yours already?
I'm looking to see where they're playing.
Oh, they're playing
They're
in
playing in
Cincy.
Yeah, I'm taking the Bengals.
All right. Sai, you have your pick already?
I will take Miami this week.
Damn, I didn't watch Cincy last week, so I didn't even really get to see. I know they scored, but
Give me Miami, man.
did Kwaku
Yeah, he did. He sent his pick in.
Think
Who do
he
you
said the
pick?
Eagles.
He picked the Eagles. No, I'm kidding.
I think he picked the Dolphins.
He picked the Dolphins. He picked the
He picked the
Dolphins.
Eagles.
Shit, well, it's just
This
me
guy,
now.
we could be talking about the financial market in America.
know,
And he'd
you-
be like,
Eagles.
yeah, the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm like, chill out.
I'm gonna go with the Miami. I'm gonna go with Miami.
Plus,
Nice.
I don't like Cincy's O line at all. And Miami has a defense.
And that's our first pick of the week. And this is the updated chart of scores from the previous week.
Nobody needs to see that. Nobody cares about that. Nobody cares about that.
Kweku's in top place with 28, and Ibo with a scorching drive up with 1 point behind at 27. Followed by me at 25, Minos at 24, Beaver Soldier Sai at 20. So yeah.
That's a lot of ones. Yeah.
Whatever.
Preseason's over.
That's gonna wrap the week 3 review. Thank you guys again for watching and tuning in. Come back Friday. Actually, tune in live as we stream if you can. 9 p.m. on Friday. We're gonna have our previews and predictions for week 4.
Boys.
Louisville Lamar, baby. Louisville Lamar, baby.
Funny guy.
Yeah.
Shout out to Lamar. He's balling out of his.
Hit that subscribe button.
Hit that subscribe button. All platforms. That is Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter.
Tell a friend. Tell a friend to tell a friend.
We're gonna be on other platforms as well. I actually think we're even on Spotify. I'll double check, but I'll get back to you once I get all our platforms running. We'll get you guys to know about them so you can follow and subscribe. So if you don't want to watch it, you can actually listen to it. But like that, we gone.